Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a couple of days, that work thing going on. The last video I did was my Birds box set that I featured, which I'm digging. But I have to get it out of my mind because of what I've been listening to the last couple of days. But I do plan on doing a ranking of the Birds 12 studio albums that I now have in my possession, 11 in the box set, and I've got one vinyl copy here that I'll go over it, and that's going to be in a couple of days, maybe over the weekend. But today, I'm not here to do a review of this amazing box set of Revolver, but I just want to do my thoughts on it, my opinions on it, because there's been so many great reviews. From Glenn Calloway from The Basement did an amazing review. Larry Graves, aka the Canadian Stud Muffin, did an amazing job on his as well. Jeff Whitcher, Jeff Whitcher's Vinyl Destination, did an amazing job on his as well. So, and people have showed the unboxing. I would just watch Jamie Cottle's unboxing of it. I will go through it just to show for those one or two people that haven't seen it. But I just wanted to give you my opinion of the album, and also show two or three vinyl records I picked up the other day. I also want to make an official announcement that I'm making a promise to myself that this would be the last purchase I will make in 2022. I will not, I'm trying my damnedest not to make any more purchases until the new year. Because of the prices are skyrocketing. I spent a pretty penny on this, and I feel I just got to sit back and enjoy this, the Birds box set, the Skid Row box set. I've got so much stuff going on. I've got more music than I need to listen to. I still want to continue my showing my albums from A to Z. I'm still going through the B's, for God's sakes. I still haven't even got through the B's. So I've got a lot going on. I just don't. So I'm making a promise today to you guys that I'm not going to buy any more records or CDs until the new year. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy, but I'll do it. Anyway, my opinions on this amazing box set, and I just said it. It's amazing. I love it. And I'll quickly just show you, again, for those one or two people that haven't seen the unboxings, or so it comes in this beautiful shell, and I put the hype sticker inside, so it's there. Sturdy cardboard. There's the back cover there with all the song listings. 2 hours and 42 minutes of greatness to enjoy from this set. This is the CD version, obviously. The vinyl was just way too up there. And I also have, before I get into it, I also have 2 copies of this album on its own. So I've got the 2009 remastered vinyl version, which I absolutely love. And I also have the remastered 2009 CD version. So it's not like I needed this box set. I love those photos as well. It was a want. It was also, as a collector, I consider myself as a collector, not as intense as probably some, and my collection probably pales to a lot of people, but I feel it's an important part of my collection, and I'm happy to have it, as this is one of my favorite Beatles albums. So you've got this. This is actually a CD holder that looks like a vinyl record, which is cool. And inside, and again, you've all seen this. It shows this is the stereo remix version. This is the mono version. And then you got the EP. And then this is what the actual cover um, almost look like. But you've got sessions 1 of demos and stuff like that, and then you've got session 2. Okay, so nicely packaged. The CDs are easily accessible, and really, again, it's a vinyl album cover. Then you have this beautiful booklet of all kinds of beautifulness in here, all kinds of wonderful photos. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because there's been so many showings of this. But so that's the set there. You get the stereo remix. I probably won't go back to any other one, even though, and I love what Glenn Calloway from the Basement said. I don't think it's fair to say one album is better than the other, or one version of the album is better than the other. I think you have to take each album as it is and enjoy it for what it is. I can never make anything like this. I can never produce music like this. And a lot of people that are critics of music, I don't think can either. So you have to take each version as it is and love each version for what it is. Do I prefer the stereo remix now over other versions? Yes, because the music is just amazing. The bass is just right in your face. Ringo's drumming is amazing. You can hear each vocal. You can hear the guitar. You discover how great Paul is on guitar as well, even though you already knew that. But you got, of course, Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, I'm Only Sleeping, Love You Too, Here, There, and Everywhere, Yellow Submarine, which I absolutely adore. She Said, Good Day, Sunshine, sounds brilliant. And Your Bird Can Sing is amazing. For No One, Dr. Robert is such a cool track. It's a rockin' track. Taxman was a rockin' track as well. I Want to Tell You, Got to Get You Into My Life sounds wonderful with the instruments. And Tomorrow Never Knows. Now, I watched a reaction video on this as well, and the guy pointed out something, excuse me, that the solo in Taxman, which Paul does brilliantly, if you listen to Tomorrow Never Knows and you put the two solos side by side, the solo on Tomorrow Never Knows is kind of a backwards version of Taxman's solo. I don't know if that was an intentional thing, whether they just looped it and did it that way. But yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of interesting. Then you got the sessions. Tomorrow Never Knows, Take 1, mono mix. Got to Get You in My Life, first version, second version. Take 8 and unnumbered mix. Love You Too, there's 3 different versions of that. Paperback Writer sounds wonderful. Rain is amazing. First time we get to hear Rain other than that other album that they was on. Dr. Robert sounds amazing. And Your Bird Can Sing. Then you got session 2 again. Interesting take on Yellow Submarine, John's version. Pretty dark and a sad tale, really. And Paul turned it around and made it a cool sounding, almost a children's song. And then the mono mix. I've only listened to the mono mix a couple of times. Still great, still sounds good. And then Paperback Writer and Rain on the EP sounds amazing as well. So, you know, Giles Martin did wonderful. He said the difference between a remaster and a remix, as this one is a remix. So take the example of an old car. You can polish and polish and polish and make the outside look amazing, but inside it still runs the same. That's on a remaster. On a remix, you're tearing the whole car apart and you're putting it back together again and making it just a much better sounding track. Some tracks sounds amazing. Some tracks are, yeah, it's cool. But everything's enhanced. Everything's right in your face. Paul's bass playing is wonderful. The vocals are amazing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's worth the price if you're a collector. And the price is always an issue when you're talking about these things, because there's no way that I would have paid unless the price comes down. And I'm not judging anyone that's purchased the vinyl version of it. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of you guys that you did, and I'm happy for you guys that did purchase the vinyl version of it. It was just, especially in Canadian dollars, it's just too much money. Now, I think Glenn did the right thing, and I almost did that as well, where he bought the CD version and bought the stereo remixed vinyl, which was a cool thing. And I had it in my hands yesterday, and I put it back. So no, I've got a copy on my wall that I listen to, and it sounds great. And I just couldn't justify the. It was actually on for $39. Amazon's $50, but I made a promise to myself. That was when I made that promise to myself, and I can't justify. I also want to get Pink Floyd's Animals, the remix as well, but that's all going to be in the new year, and I had that in my hand as well, but I made that promise. So again, I've watched all these guys do their reviews, and some people dissed it. That's cool. That's your opinion. Everyone should have their own opinion on music. No one likes the same thing. No one hears things the same. But for what I take of it, I've listened to this daily now, and it sounds amazing. I love everything about it. I always love to hear them in the studio talking, and just the process of them writing songs, and you realize just how good these guys were in their early 20s. Just remarkable stuff. So I love it. I give it 11 out of 10, and I'm really, really happy that I have it in my collection. And again, my last major purchase of 2022. You've heard it here. I'll do my best to do that. So a couple of the things I picked up before I got the box set, actually, and I'm just getting to this now. Did I miss anything on my thoughts? I got, again, 2 hours, 42 minutes of greatness. Rain, I love Rain. Dr. Robert sounds amazing. What a rockin' tune Dr. Robert is. Great take on Paperback Writer. And the two different versions of Yellow Submarine, I wrote that down as well, where you got John's, sad version, basically. And then Paul turned it around and made this wonderful, wonderful song. And the harmonies on that track sounds amazing. Again, I've only listened to the mono version a couple of times, but I prefer the 2022 mix. And then I wrote down about the car analogy. So I think I've got all the notes that I wrote on that one. So I know that's a short talk on this amazing box set, but you've seen 1,000 videos so far. I just didn't want to bore you with more. But I did pick up a couple of great albums, and this was a great find. And someone commented in one of my when I think it was on either Facebook or Instagram when I posted this, that they haven't seen this one around. This is In the Beginning. This is a double album from Journey, before the Steve Perry era. Greg Raleigh is the lead singer. This thing rocks. This thing freaking rocks. 1979 release, double album. Contains songs from their first 3 albums, before Infinity, 1975, 1977. The music on these 2 discs represent the foundation of Journey's Infinity, Evolution, and Departure albums. In The Beauty of Birth, one hears genius and gifts of Journey, Neil Schon, Greg Raleigh, amazing vocalist, Ross Valerie, and Ansley Dunbar seem predestined to have come together. So we offer these classics in the spirit of love and fire in West Era, created by Journey for you. So you got side 1 is Of a Lifetime, Topaz, Kohatek, and then side 2 is On a Saturday Night, It's All Too Much, In My Lonely Feeling, Conversations, Mystery Mountain. Side 3, Spaceman, People Anyway, You're on Your Own, and side 4 is Look into the Future, Nickel and Dime, and I'm Gonna Leave You. Neil Sean, just what a guitarist he is. Again, it's a gatefold. Sounds amazing. This is a progressive rock album. It's on the Columbia label. It's of course a hard rock album. No, I'm not dissing Steve Perry, but there's no big ballads on here. It's just straight ahead rock, and so many great lead parts as well. I'm loving it. I'm loving this, and I'm glad I found it. Journey, yeah, 1975 to 1977 in the beginning. Great find, great find. Also, this one here, I've seen this in the wild a couple of times. I finally picked it up. This is Mr. Mister. Welcome to the Real World. It's in great shape. Of course, Mr. Mister from Arizona, formed in 1982. Only around from 1982 to 1990. It's kind of rock and new wave. You got Richard Page on lead vocal and bass, Steve George on keys and saxophone, Pat Mastelletto on drums, and Steve Ferris on guitar. But really, really good stuff. You got Welcome to the Real World, Is It Love, Broken Wings, Kiri, Uniform of Youth, Tangent Tears, Run to Her, In My Own Hands, Into My Own Hands, and Don't Slow Down in Black and White. This is 1985 release, the second album by the band. And really, really good album. Got the original inner sleeve. And it's on the Black RCA Victor label. But yeah, great sounding album. Really good stuff. I love their sound. I love their style as well. Mr. Mister. And this last one I was happy to find. It's my first introduction to these guys. They're a listen. Just like Gentle Giant's a listen. Just like, you name it. There's so many cool progressive rock bands out there. And this is my introduction to these guys. This is a Van der Graaf Generator and World Record. It's on the Charisma label. This is definitely a listen. It's so good. Progressive rock band formed in 1967 in Manchester. Progressive rock, experimental rock, art rock. This is 1976 album. Their seventh. Only 5 songs on the album. But again, it's a journey. You got When She Comes, A Place to Survive, Masks. This one's going to be a hard one to pronounce. Mergilus, the third, the Songwriter Guild, which is a 20-minute and 50-second song. And then you got Wandering. You got Peter Hamill on vocals and guitar, and David Jackson on sax and flute. Hugh Banton on Hammond organ and bass pedals, Mellotron, and Gary Evans on drums. But what a great album. I want to get more of these guys in the new year. But yeah, happy to find this one. And the cover is a little rough, but the vinyl itself is in great shape. And I was blown away while I listened to it. Yeah, so good, so good. Anyway, guys, there's my thoughts on Revolver, one of my favorite albums by the Beatles. Always 1 or 2 or 3. And again, not a review, but I give it 11 out of 10 if I was to review it. And I love it. Hope you guys enjoy your copies of it. Go check out Glenn Calloway from the Basement's review. Go check out Larry Graves, aka Canadian Stud Muffins review. And go check out Jeff Whitcher's reviews as well. They all do an amazing job. And love you all. We'll talk to you again soon, and take care. Bye now.